To deploy this, we're basically gonna just place it in the water. She's deploying. See how she's filling up with water right there? And there she is. She is fully deployed. The boat is gonna turn a little bit here. We're gonna be able to put all our rods off one side of the boat, utilize the entire length of this 25-foot boat. And then you got this yellow right here. This is the trip line, the floating line. And literally, I can't pull this in, right? I mean, I don't care how strong you are. There is probably What's up, everybody? My name's Captain Mike and welcome to ReelReports. Today we're doing an introduction to drift fishing. Drift fishing is extremely effective style of fishing that's going to help you catch more fish. If you're going out fishing this weekend with your family, your friends, this is a great technique. It's easy to deploy and it's just very effective at catching a wide range of fish. But today I really want to focus on the sea anchor or drift sock. This is something we use to control our drift, and it's very important as you become a live bait fisherman, as you become a drift fisherman, to be able to control your drift. So we came out here, we set up a nice drift, and we hooked up about what, 2 to 3 minutes later?
We really did.
All right, we're gonna try to get a nice release on this fish. Drift fishing is great because you're able to cover ground. You're able to figure out where the fish are. Once you dial in where those fish are, you can kind of stay in that area a little bit longer and work that depth or work that area over a wreck, whatever you're working. It allows you to find that area. Today we got a southeast wind blowing me inshore here. I started in about 250, 300. We're looking to figure out where those, mahi are, where those sailfish are, where those kingfish are, tuna, just a wide range of species. And as I drift over the reef, we'll start to get those bites. But today I really want to focus on the sea anchor and drift sock because this is kind of 101 once you're getting into drift fishing. And there's a lot of benefits to using a sea anchor out here to control your drift. And the first benefit is really, you can see how rocky my boat is right now. It's only about maybe a 2.5 foot swell out here, and the boat's rocking pretty good. Our boat is sitting abeam to the seas right here. It's actually a really good drift without the sea anchor, but when I put it out, it's gonna make it even better. It's gonna stabilize the boat just a little bit, and it's a little bit more comfortable, especially when you get into those bigger parachute style drift anchors, those parachute anchors there, those are really nice. But today we're using just a small version just to help control our drift, help us put all our lines off one side of the boat. So let's go ahead and get that out right now. So here we go, we got our drift anchor here. This is nothing special. These are not expensive at all. They're actually very cheap in boating terms. You have these for under $100 pretty much anywhere you go. On the top here, you can see that we got a carabiner here connected to a floating line. I'm gonna show you how that works in a second. This blue rope here is gonna go right to my cleat. If you tie a loop, or if you have a pre-made loop, even better for you. You could just lay it over your cleat. Now to launch this, we're just gonna place it in the water. And your floating line here has to be longer than the main line there. And this is going to be used to trip the sea anchor because there's going to be a lot of water in there and you won't be able to pull it in. So there she is, she's deploying right now. She's deploying, see how she's filling up with water right there? And there she is fully deployed. The boat is gonna turn a little bit here. Yep, boat's turning just a little bit. Now, the sea anchor does not slow down your drift a ton. Slow you down a little bit depending how much current you have, how big of sea anchor you have there. But this particular one isn't very big. It's just enough to turn the boat a beam to the waves right there. We're gonna be able to put all our rods off one side of the boat, utilize the entire length of this 25-foot boat without the lines kind of facing, you know, to the back of the boat, to the front. They're gonna be going straight off the side of the boat here. Right now we're working on the starboard side, so all my lines can go straight out, and I'm gonna be able to put out 4 or 5 rods if I want to. I could put 3 flat lines, a deep line, a mid line. But today, to keep it simple, I'm gonna recommend we do just 3 rods. We'll do maybe 2 flat and then maybe 1 mid. And the beauty of this is we're covering ground. Those fish are gonna find us. We're not burning any fuel. We're not putting the motor in and out of gear. We're essentially just a floating object out here. And you guys know when you find a floating object offshore, it's got bait all over it, it's got fish all over it. And ask me how many times I've had bait fish congregate in this sea anchor and mahi come all over this thing. I even had a mahi once get stuck in this thing as he was chasing a bait fish into the bag. So I wouldn't call it an attracting device by any means, but it does attract bait when you're around, you know, areas that have bait like weed lines and stuff, and the fish will congregate around it. A few advantages of drift fishing over trolling is, number one, the obvious. I mean, you're pretty stealthy, you're very quiet, the fish are just swimming by, they're coming to you, you're making ground. I mean, it's a pretty nice stealthy tactic. Number two, you're not gonna burn any fuel or put hours on your motor. When we're talking about resale value of boats and stuff like that, having a bunch of hours on your motor really does hurt resale. So by drifting more often or being on the anchor more often than trolling, you're gonna have less hours, you're gonna burn less fuel, your trips are gonna be less expensive. So that's pretty nice. Anytime you can come out here and catch a bunch of fish and spend as less as possible, as least as possible, that's pretty nice to come out here. Another advantage of drifting is just you're able to work different depths. When you're on the anchor, you know, you're stuck in that one spot. So being on the drift, you don't have to worry about throwing the anchor, pulling it up, retrieving it, or even losing it. And you can cover all these depths that we're doing. And depending which direction the current and wind is, will determine if you're gonna cover ground. If, you know, you might cover ground north to south, you might cover ground from east to west. All those little factors come into account, but drifting is an awesome style of fishing. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. Gives you the opportunity to come out here and get organized, put out a nice spread. I think we're too deep. I think we're too deep for the bite I'm looking for. I think we're gonna, if we don't get a bite here in a few minutes, we're gonna move in a little bit shallower. Got a lot of good current though. All right, so we're gonna change our depth here. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to bring this sea anchor in here. You can see right there, we got a yellow and a blue rope. The blue rope is doing nothing but holding the front end of the sea anchor right there from attached to the boat. And then you got this yellow right here. This is the trip line, the floating line. And literally, I can't pull this in, right? I mean, I don't care how strong you are, there is probably 500 pounds of water in there. I mean, it's heavy, big, right? But when you pull on this one, on the yellow, you end up tripping the back of the sea anchor. See the way I just tripped that? See the way we're tripping it? Trip, trip, trip. So I was able to bring that in with one hand. Nice thing about being on the drift too is if I had another person here, or even if I was by myself and I had all my kite gear, we could put kites off this side, have all the flat lines and deep lines off that side, and you got one heck of a circumference going on the drift. Very, very effective fishing. It's kind of how I've caught all my fish over the years. Drifting, drifting, drifting away. I got myself a mansion and I gave it away. Drifting, drifting, drifting away. There he is. There he is. That'll fish whatever it is. Oh, he's off. Saw this rod getting real nervous. Right before a mullet gets hit, you'll see that rod tip just bounce, bounce, bounce. Not a big fish, but enough to freaking nail it. Another shark. Yep, there's the treble hook doing all the work. We're gonna be able to get that out, buddy.